Very good morning, students. I hope you people are very good and safe. So, the last class we saw about an production analysis. Okay. So, what do you mean by production? Production means it is a transformation of input which is converted into an output. So, input means it is a raw material, output means it is a finished product, or production is a creation of goods. Okay. So, this is called as a production. Then we saw about the factors of production. We have a 4 factor of production: land, labor, capital, and then organization. And then we saw about what is production function. So, production function means it is a functional relationship between input and output. So, productions carried, that is, it needed certain functions. That is land, labor, capital, and organization. Okay. So, that is all included in order to create a commodity. So, that is called as a production function. So, production function has been classified into 2. One is a short run production function, another one is a long run production function. Under short run production function, it explains about the law of variable proportion. Under long run, it explains about the law of returns to scale. What do you mean by law of variable proportions? Law of variable proportions means that it keeps as an one factor as an fixed and the remaining factor as a variable. That is, only one factor they have kept as a constant and the remaining factors as a variable. Variable means it is a changes. Okay, so that is called as a law of variable proportion. Law of returns to scale means it is in long run. So, where all the factors are variable. Where all the factors are variable. So, here this is called as a law of returns to scale. So, both are 5 marks. Law of variable proportion is on 5 marks. Law of returns to scale also it is at 5 marks. Then, now we will move to the economies of the scale. So, page number 62. Okay. So, see here, what do you mean by economies of scale? Okay. So, economies of the scale means based on the production. That is, production will be in short run as well as in the long run. So, production will be in small scale as well as in large scale. So, here they have explained about what is the uses, okay, while doing a large scale production. So, if there is a small scale production means what is the uses, and if there is a large scale production means what is the benefit we will be receiving. So, scale of production, scale means it is a large scale or small scale. Okay. So, now we will move that economies of the scale which is divided into 2. It is classified into 2. Okay. So, one is an internal economies of the scale and another one is an external economies of the scale. Okay. So, first one, internal economies of the scale and external economies of the scale. So, what do you mean by internal? While doing a large scale production, okay, while doing a large scale production, what is the benefit? See, economies of the scale means it is in scale of production. So, production which is carried over large scale or it is in short scale. So, if there is a large scale means what is the benefit? If it is in small scale means what is the benefit we will be received? So, obviously, definitely, while doing a large scale production, okay, while doing a large scale production, we will be getting in so much of benefits. So, this economies of the scale which is divided into internal and external. So, what is internal and what is external economies of the scale? So, internally, while doing a large scale business, internally, what is the benefit you will be received? Okay, while doing an external, that is after, while doing a business within, so what are the benefit will be received internally, and when the product which is goes out, okay, so externally which is surrounded outside, what is the benefit we will be received while doing a large scale production? Okay, so what is the benefit? See the internal economies of the scale. So nearly we have a 6 benefit, that is 6 economies of the scale. So internal economies of the scale, it has a 6 economies. So first one, it's an technical economies. Technical economies means what? So while doing a large scale business, so what is the benefit while doing a large scale business, large scale production? So what is the use? What is the benefit while doing internally? So technical economies of the scale means that is they are just updating new technologies. Updating new technologies means what? So innovative systems has been used. So technology up to date at present, what type of technology which minimize the effort and which gives a maximum production. So that type of technology they are using. So while using an high level of technology, so production will be carried fast. So production work will be we will be getting more level of output. So internally, first benefit it is an technical economies. Second one is an financial economies. Financial economies means while doing a large scale, okay, while doing a large scale of production, here what happens, the businessmen, they used to float their shares. They used to sell their shares and they will be getting certain income. So this is the one of the benefit, but it is not at all possible while doing a small scale of production. So while doing a large scale business, they used to float their share. Float their share means they used to sell their shares and they will receive certain income. But if it is a small scale means what happens? So it is impossible under a small scale. Next, third one, it is a managerial economies. Managerial economies means that is they use an specialized, that is specialization, production, large scale production facilities, specialization and delegation. While doing a large scale business, what happens? They will be using an specialized techniques. Okay. So specialization, each specialized categories, labors, whatever it is, they will be used in the production. Because large scale production means it takes an time to do the work. So whatever it is, we have an ample of time. So we can introduce so much of technologies, those who are expertized, those who are specialized. So it can be used in the business in order to gain more profit in the large scale. Next one, it is a labor economies. Under large scale production, what happens? They are using a system of division of labor. What do you mean by division of labor? Division of labor means that is each one will be specialized in the work. That is the work will be given separately for all the person. Example, take an example of garments company. Okay, so in a garment company, one person will be specialized in stitching and collar. Take an example of a shirt. So in a garments, they are just stitching a shirt. So what happens? One shirt will not be stitched by a particular person. So the work has been separated. So it has been given to the all persons. So one person will be specialized in cutting. So one person will be specialized in stitching. So the work has been shared. So 100% will be doing one work and they will be specialized. So one person will be stitching and collar, one person will be just stitching and sleeves, and one person will be stitching the full entire, and one person will be stitching the buttons. So the work will be given and the particular person will be specialized in a particular thing. So they are specialized in a particular thing and they used to do the work and they used to give a more level of output. So this is called as a labor economies. They are using a division of labor method here under large scale production. Then next one, marketing economies. Marketing economies means while doing a large scale production, the input which is needed, the raw materials which is needed in a bulky manner. So they used to purchase the goods in a bulky. So bulky means they used to purchase the goods more. So what happens? So what happens when they used to purchase in a bulky manner? So while purchasing in a bulky manner, they will be getting certain discounts. If you purchase 100 and 200 certain goods means what happens? So we will be getting certain discounts and offer. But if you go and purchase only one thing, one particular commodity means you will not be getting any offer or any discount. So while doing a large scale production, so what happens here? You will be getting so much of discounts and offers. Then next one, economies of survival. Economies of survival means while doing a large scale production, so there will be a number of branches. Okay, so if in one branches the goods which is not sold means that type, what is the commodity which is not sold in that particular area, the commodity will be shifted where the commodity which is sold. Okay, so what happens where it is not available and where which is needed, the commodity will just transfer. So this will be happen only through the large scale production. So see here, example, take an example of Bata showrooms. Okay, so in a particular area we will be having 3 to 4 Bata showrooms. Okay, so in a particular area, this particular area there is no sale in this shop means, so where the sale is more, so they will just find it and the commodity will just transfer. So what happens that it does not occurs any loss in the business. Okay, so this is called as an economics of survival. So this will happen when there is a large scale production. Okay, so internal economies of the scale means we have 6 economies of the scale. One is an technical economies of the scale, another one is an managerial, then financial, then labor, then marketing, and then economics of survival. External economies of the scale. So under internal we have an internal economies of the scale and external. So when there is a large scale production, while doing a business, while doing a larger scale production, so what is the benefit we received internally? Okay, so internally while doing a large scale business, what is the internal benefit we just received? Okay, so technically we are using an update technology. We can float our shares. We can use divisions of labor. We can use a specialized person. Okay, and then we will be getting as discounts and offers we will be getting while doing a large scale production. Then it does not create any loss while producing a large scale production. So internally we will be getting certain benefits. The same while doing a large scale benefit, what is the external benefit we just received? So externally, what are the benefits we receive? See, if there is a large scale business, large scale production is carried over in a particular area. Okay, so large scale business usually will be in an interior place. So if it is in an interior place means what happens? What is the benefit? See, if some industries or large scale production is carried over in a particular area means definitely what happens, certain other sectors also will be developed. So externally certain benefits will be received, like banking will be developed, because while doing a large scale production definitely all the transactions will be carried through bank. So bank will be developed. So the industries or the production which is carried over, we need transportations. So transportation facilities will be developed. Then communication facilities will be developed. Power facilities will be developed. Okay. So see here, banking facilities, development of township. So one factory, if it is started, means what happens? Automatically, so some shops will be arise. If there is a shop, means automatically, slowly construction process will be started. Slowly, peoples will be started to settle in that area. So this is called as a development of township. So what happens externally when there is a large scale production, externally certain benefits will be arise. So banking facilities, development of township, then development of informations and communications will be developed. So this is called as an internal economies of the scale. So economies of the scale, which is divided into economies of the scale and diseconomies of the scale. So under economies of the scale, we have an internal economies of the scale and external economies of the scale. Now we will move to the diseconomies of the scale. What do you mean by diseconomies of the scale? So under diseconomies of the scale also, we have an internal economies of the scale and external economies of the scale. Next we come to know about and diseconomies of the scale. So diseconomies, see, economies of the scale means internally while doing a large scale production. So internally what is the benefit we will be received? Okay, so that is benefits. But diseconomies of the scale while doing a large scale productions, so what are the problems will be arise? So internally what are the problems will be arise and externally what are the problems will be arise. So internally what are the problems will be arise? So internal diseconomies of the scale and external diseconomies of the scale. Okay, so internally what is the problems will be arise. So here internally what happens, it creates that is overproduction. They used to extract more work from the labor. So while doing a large scale production, so what happens here, they used to extract more work from the labor, that is up to their optimum limit. Optimum limit means this is the fullest point. Okay, so but they used to extract more work from the labor. So this internally this will be create a problem. Then externally what is the problem means, they will be paying more for the transportation cost. Okay, so transportation cost will be incurred more because large scale industries will be located in the interior. For that transportation is needed and then to collect all the labors. So the labors will be located in some other places. So to gather them and they needed a transportation. So for that transportation cost will be needed more. So this is an external diseconomies of the scale. So economies of the scale, very important question, 5 mark. Economies of the scale means that is while doing and scale of production, that is large scale production or small scale production. So what is the benefit internally which will be received and what are the drawbacks while doing and that is diseconomies will be happen. So economies of the scale, so internal economies, that is economies of the scale and diseconomies of the scale. So under economies of the scale we have an internal economies and external economies. So under internal we have an 6, that is technically while doing a large scale production, we will be receiving certain benefits. Okay, so certain benefits we will be received. So that is internal. So like technical, we can float our shares, we can use a specialized person. So divisions of labors will be there. So marketing, it does not create any loss in the large scale production. Marketing economies while doing a large scale business. So what happens, we will be receiving certain discounts and offers. So internally we will be receiving certain benefits. So externally what is the benefit means, through large scale. So transportation facilities will be developed, banking facilities will be developed, townships will be developed and then communications will be developed. So this is an through economies of the scale, internally what is the benefit and externally what is the benefit. But this economies of the scale means internally what is the problems will be created and externally what is the problems will be created. So internally what happens, they used to extract more work from the labor. So optimum level, up to their optimum level, they used to get more work from the labor. And external diseconomies of the scale means that is transportation cost will be increased due to the transportation cost will be increased more because they need to collect all the labors. Okay, so this is the economies of the scale. Okay, now we will move to the next concept. It is an isoquants. Okay, so now we will come to know about what is isoquants. Okay, so isoquants means what? So it is an Greek word. So isoquants means it is an Greek word. Iso means it is an equal. Quants means it is an quantity. So isoquants means it is an equal. Quants means it is an quantity. So isoquants, it is a Greek word. So it is a Greek word. What do you mean by isoquants? Isoquants means it is an locus of different combination of two inputs. Okay, locus of different combination of two inputs which gives a same level of output. So whatever you are using, the level of input, the output which is will be equal. So wherever you are in the combination, using two input which gives the same level of output. See, this isoquant is equal to law of that is indifference curve. See how indifference curve is the same as it is isoquants also, it is the same. So under indifference curve we are just using an consumer. Okay, so the different level of combination of two commodity which gives the same level of satisfaction. So two commodity but different combination, they gives the same level of satisfaction. Here it comes to a production. Isoquants is based on the production. So here different combination, two input. Here we are using two input. There they are using commodity. Here they are using two input but which gives the same level of output. So see here, write it. So what do you mean by isoquants? So isoquants meaning, write it. Isoquants means what? The locus of different combination of two inputs. Two input means they are using labor and capital. They are using two inputs, labor and capital, which gives the same level of output. Same level of output. So this is called as an isoquants. Same as it is like an indifference curve. So the same as it is isoquants. They are using an commodity and satisfaction based on the consumer. Here this is a production lesson. So using an same combination but two inputs, not commodity, inputs and output. So satisfaction means here they are using an output. Okay. So a locus of different combination of two commodity, that is input, labor and capital, which gives a same level of output. So this is called as an isoquants. Okay. I will repeat. Isoquants. So isoquants means it is a Greek word. So okay, it is a Greek word. Iso means equal. Quants means it is a quantity. Okay. So meaning isoquants means it is the locus of different combination of two input, that is labor and capital, which have given an schedule, that is a table. With the help of a table, they have drawn a diagram. Same as it is, isoquants also has a negative slope. Okay, so different combination, but it slopes downwards. So wherever we are in the combination, so isoquants will be start from the left and it will be end to the right. Why? Because they are using a marginal rate of technical substitution. In order to get one commodity, that is, in order to get one commodity, they are just sacrificing another commodity. So if you need an additional X commodity, if you need an additional labor, means you have to sacrifice your capital. So capital decreased and labor has been increased. So always your isoquants also will start from left and it ends to the right. So table, now the table which is explains what do you mean by an isoquants. Isoquants means what? Isoquants means a locus of different combination of two input, labor and capital, which gives the same level of output. So this is called as an isoquants. So here see the table. So combination, unit of labor, unit of capital. So both are input. They have taken an two factor, that is, one is labor and another one is a capital, and then output. So see here at the combination, the combinations are different, A, B, C, D and E. So we have 5 different combination. This 5 different combination which gives the input of labor and capital. So see the unit of labor and see the unit of capital. They have taken as a first combination, they have taken as a 2 unit of labor, but they have taken as more unit of capital. So initially they have taken 2 capital and 2 labor, 2 unit of labor and 30 unit of capital. At the second combination, they have increased the capital, increased the labor and they have decreased the capital. See, at the combination of E, the labor started to increase and capital started to decrease. But wherever in this combination, the labor and capital which is not equal, wherever we are in the combination, okay, wherever we are in the combinations are different, but see the level of output which has been equal. So when we are using 2 unit of labor and 30 unit of capital, we receive the same level of output as 400. When we use more labor and less capital, but we receive the same level of output. See, at the combination of fifth one, E, we are using a 10 unit of labor, 10 unit of labor and 10 unit of capital. See, the combination output is same. Okay. So wherever we are in the combination, the output which is equal. So this is called as an isoquants. Okay. So with the help of this, we are just going to draw an isoquants diagram. So y-axis, on y-axis they have taken as a capital. Always the y-axis should be measured as a value terms. Okay, money value terms. So the y-axis will be measured as a money values. So capitals will be taken in your y-axis and in your x-axis they will be taken in your quantity terms. Quantity, weight terms they will be taken. So see the capital which is taken as a if they have given up to 30, you can take it in a 5-5 manner. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So up to 35 I have taken, and in labor they have taken as a 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. So you can take it as a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. Take extra one more unit. Okay. So first you have to plot it under using 2 labors and 30 unit of capital. So 30 unit of capital and 2 unit of labor. Then second one, 4 unit of labor and 22 unit of capital. So before that is 20 and 25 you can take as a 22. Then 6 unit of labor and 16 unit. So between 15 and 20 you can take 16. Then 8 unit of labor and 12 unit. So between 10 and 12 you can take as a 12. Then 10, 10. So join all those lines. Okay. So see here, isequence. So isequence diagram. So explanation. So 0 to x-axis it's your labor and 0 to y-axis it's your capital. So OX-axis represents capital and OY-axis represents your capital and OY-axis represents your labor. Always your isequence will start from left. It starts from left and it ends to the right. It starts from left and it ends to the right. So it is a downward sloping curve. So why it starts from left and why it ends to the right? What is the reason? So because they are using a marginal rate of technical substitution, MRTS. What do you mean by this? In order to get 1 unit of labor, you have to sacrifice 1 unit of capital. So while just sacrificing 1 unit means, in order to get additional labor means you have to sacrifice 1 unit of capital. So if you want to get x means, if you want to get x means additional x means you want to sacrifice y. So this is called as a marginal rate of technical substitution. So if we follow this, what happens? Your isequence also starts from left and it ends to the right. Okay. So see at the different combination, we are using different combination of 2 input which gives a same level of output. So wherever you are in the combination, you will be getting a same level of output. So this is called as an isequence. Okay. So up to this I will stop. The remaining will be continued in the next class. Okay. So copy it in your classwork. Just write it economies of the scale. Draw the flow chart. Economies of the scale and this economies of the scale. Under economies of the scale you have an internal and external. The chart is needed. See here they have given the chart in page number 62 they have given. Okay. So write the internal, what are the internal economies of the scale? That 6 side headings alone it's needed and then 4 side headings is there in the external. So under this economies of the scale there is nothing. So just an explanation. So no need to write. I need a chart for economies of the scale. And then move to the isequence. Same meaning of isequence. Okay, meaning of isequence. Write it. I have wrote in the board. So that locus of different combination of 2 input labor and capital which gives the same level of output. So write that meaning. Then just a definition, define who has given the author name, and then assumption, the procedure, the synopsis I need. Then table, for the table you have to draw the table. So you have to draw the table and then you have to draw the diagram. So diagram, explanations. Okay, that is enough. So up to this you have to submit it. Thank you, students.